Is it all drained?
Bing.
Running low on battery. Rejuice.
Alrighty, good morning, and thanks for having me here. So we're going to talk about ethics and business ethics in particular. Ethics business is the most popular major in college. A lot of you will probably be business majors. You'll probably take a 3-hour class in ethics, but we deal with ethics all the time, whether it's been at home, on your teams, in school. You got to deal with ethical issues right now, and of course in the workplace you'll have ethical issues as well. Now I handed out everybody a packet like this, and you know, in life when you're hit with an ethical issue, you're going to ask yourself questions. A lot of times you can only ask yourself the question. You don't have anybody to go to. It's like, is this legal? You know, is it fair to all the parties involved, whether it's, you know, your business partner, maybe shareholders, stakeholders in the company, and of course, the bottom line, is this the right thing to do? A lot of times where you get snagged up is you'll make a short-term decision, which will benefit you today, but it'll be at the cost of pretty much a long-term decision. Maybe you might lose business, you might wind up in jail. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to give you all about 4 minutes to read. I'm going to assign you all one of these projects here, one of these ethical dilemmas. And there's a sheet, about the third sheet in. It's kind of a guided list of questions like, number 1, what are the facts? Number 2, identify and define the ethical problem. Further down, number 6, how would you resolve the dilemma? So we'll wrap this up with 3 things. We'll just go around the room and I'll ask your team, what did you decide? Why did you decide it? And then the last thing we'll ask is, what do you think would happen next? Because we spend most of our lives trying to figure out what's going to happen next. But just as an example, if we look at number 14, it says here, it's an IT question, which I'm intimately familiar with. It says, a friend at my workplace asked to use my computer terminal, what's that? While I'm away from my desk. He works in the programming group, so why can't he use his own computer? Does he want to enter some data or run a program that he doesn't want linked to his ID? So how should I proceed? Well, pretty simply here, you know, all of y'all have been on computers since you were born, and you know, you're not gonna let someone log in under your ID onto the network. There's things like user acceptance or acceptable usage agreements that you'll sign, which says, you know, I'm not gonna look at inappropriate materials, I'm not gonna watch the NFL channel, I'm not gonna watch NASCAR, do these things while I'm on the company computer system, because they want you to be productive workers since they're paying you. So we all know we've signed these things. But this guy, if he comes in and says, yeah, I'm from the programming department, I'm from IT, I want to get on your computer, well, you would just look at him basically and say, fine, I'll log off and let you have at it, assuming he's there for some reason. Typically, one reason an IT person would come to your desk is because you put in a service ticket and you know he's there, and he's going to say, okay, well, and he'll even say, hey, log in for me, because he doesn't want to have anything to do with your password and stuff. So number 14 is kind of I just removed it from the pool. So I'm going to go around and sign out some numbers for you all to do. And we'll have about 4 minutes to take a look at them. So how about you all do number 13? How about you all take 12, 11, and 10, and 9, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4. So we'll reconvene in about 4 minutes. So go ahead and discuss these, read these out loud to each other. Ask, what would you do? Why would you do it? What do you think would happen next?
Computer operator told me personal letters from the computer that was responsible to manage specific policies and personal use of company facilities. I was concerned when I approached the letter writer to discuss the situation. She told me she'd written the letters on her own time to practice using her own
I mean, there's no like policy on it, so. Like, I don't say anything wrong with it. I mean, this
She's managing her time and still doing what she needs to.
yeah.
No biggie.
So is that your job?
So your friend here says he's gonna quit, but your boss said, your boss can fight you, and you do not know how. But he's gonna give the job to this person here, so it's kind of like.
No, once
You ain't getting no. Yes, I still have some work from last October from the hospital.
I'd much rather watch film after school.
So, oh, you can write on these.
Oh, please, yeah. Absolutely.
I'll go with some other things.
Any more time to, discuss? We don't need the essay questions, they're kind of like gut reaction. Would anybody like any more time? Roll with it? Okay, cool. All right. Here we go. So, anybody want to go first? No, we'll just start jumping in. Okay, I like the orange color. You a bike rider? No? I like the orange color. Okay, what number did your team have?
Number 8.
Number 8. Tell us about number 8.
So for number 8, the employer is doing well, but they can't go on the top of the table already.
He decided, with the course of action for that would be to get the witness, so it lies in the situation,
Very cool. What kind of bonus?
I guess, it's based off of performance. I don't really know, there's not enough information, I guess, just the following, this came out. I'm sure it would be enough to serve as good recognition.
Good point. Anybody else want to add on that? Any thoughts? Because we actually talked about this with my wife last night. You know, this just reward him first off. It could also be time off. It could be a spot bonus. You know, here's $1,000 or something. You can say, you know, have 2 weeks off. You've worked so hard. Someone brought up yesterday about the fact that this layer up here. They said, well, let's just put him there and remove someone else up there. Well, it could be that everybody up in the top layer is already banging it out as well. You know, so he might go and negotiate with his boss and say, hey, the boss might say, we really want you here, we wanna keep you here, what can we do to keep you here? They may spend all this money, so it would factor into the negotiations for the following year, so good. And like you said, there wasn't enough data, and often we don't have enough data to make a good decision. All right, this table here, which number did you all have? 11, okay. Tell us about number 11.
Well, it was, the boss told him that one of his employees is gonna get laid off.
Actually, the boss told you. This is, yeah. Okay.
About me.
Yeah.
And then, but someone told me that he's gonna buy his daughter braces and a new carpet for his house. And he's about to get laid off. So he decided to not do anything.
Okay, well, and why would this be?
Because I don't think we should get involved and,
Telling him about it, or tell us on board, which
So
there's
fitness
more
for
people than him.
biggest thing you guys
All
are
right, what do
probably
you think would
seeing
happen
is,
next?
that,
probably.
Well, it really depends on how much time he spent before actually buying the braces and stuff. If he got fired beforehand, then he knows something
how
about
many
it.
athletes do I have in this building?
These are really good points because it depends is like my favorite phrase on making decisions. But the thing is to make a good point, which is you've confidentially learned something, and it is certainly not your role to give out this confidential information to anybody else in the company. You might be next to go if you violate that trust relationship that's above you. So hard call, but probably right. And kind of like none of your business that you even know this to begin with. So, tough. All right, let's go with the front desk over here. So tell us, which number did you have? Number 6. So what happened in number 6?
I was struggling in class, and I have put countless hours to understand reading assignments, and there's another student who breezes through the assignments.
What is the other thing we gotta have filled out?
And I know for a fact that
Why would we do that?
each cousin does some of the assignments for him. And then I did another assignment and I did quarterly on it, and the other students will go.
Kind of along the same lines, but what else?
I could drop the teacher and then
What about switching on that
about
form?
the cheating on the part of this other student. It might get the teacher to slow down a little. I said I would not let the teacher know. I would keep studying to
If you
understand.
never read the form, what are they telling you?
Okay. Good point. Any other points of view here? Right or wrong? What do you think would happen next?
Right, that's on that form, it tells you the symptoms, stuff that you should be looking out for, okay? It's not necessarily.
So you're not gonna rat on your classmate? Do you have enough facts to say anything about your classmate, really? Maybe his cousins and economists? Is he doing it, or is he actually just helping? Very good. Number 88. Which one did you all have? Tell us about number 5.
Student sports staff can handle any of the cash box transactions in the office or in the school night. Every reason to have cash reserve your spot on the senior committee or audit committee.
Or join that,
You have money at home, but you have to use money in action training because they don't carry that much cash. No one is at your house to bring it. You know how the money is moved around through the student store and it borrows the money from the cash box and says nobody is probably.
This person was, this can do that, so eventually I think we're gonna get to the point where, you know, your annual checkup form has to come to the,
Anybody else on that? He says he would just not go on the senior trip.
that's the whole thing, okay?
Actually, first he said he wouldn't take the money out of the
Okay,
floor.
our
That's
health
good because
related component.
there are like audit transactions at the end when the cash comes through. Any other possible
Right,
answer here?
this is what we try to
I
test,
mean, you could talk to your boss.
alright, everything for, try to test you guys.
I guess give you that
Okay,
permission to do so.
these are the overall, okay, your
Or-
overall health, how we.
Well, you're not gonna see the boss until like Monday or Tuesday or something, apparently after you need to give your admission stuff. Who should go talk to maybe first?
What does that
the senior care person, it's probably like $20 or $50 or something. They can, just say, hey, bring it in tomorrow. But the main thing was you didn't take money from till. That's bad to do that. All right, how about y'all? Which number did y'all? Oh, you had a question?
Oh, no. Oh, I thought you had to like volunteer.
Oh, no, I'll volunteer you, don't worry. Yes, ma'am. Which one did you all have? Tell us all about number 7.
Being able to oxygen the blood in your body, work, okay, part of your lungs, okay, all your passes through there, your nasal passes, any of that kind of stuff that brings in oxygen.
Okay, and why would you tell them about the competitor? Here's a good marketing question, actually.
Next one you have is muscular endurance. Okay, that's when we carry any type of load for a period of time. We'll get more specific in that.
Okay.
Fatigue.
Same. We have a consensus decision at this table. Anybody, why is this a good idea or why is this a bad idea? Would you do the same? Would you do something different? And what do you think would happen next year?
Just think about endurance, a longer period of time, muscular strength in a short burst. Okay? So don't get those two confused. Alright, flexibility is the ability to
What else do you think might happen? Let's just go like a year down the road.
Don't worry about right sit bridge yet. Okay? Flexibility is probably the one that we.
Well, I'm thinking, what kind of providers do we have in marketing, as far as like products? Well, we have low cost providers, who else? We have low cost providers, what other types of providers do we have in the marketplace? Yeah, like the really luxury items, and then what's in the middle, like value propositions. So when I read this one, I thought, customer comes in, they say, well, I can get this cheaper somewhere else. And I say, fine, just go get it cheaper somewhere else. But under your thing, you say, yeah, it's less expensive somewhere else. There are really comparable goods. It might be, yes, you can get it for like 40% less, but your service contract is going to be 120% more. Sell to you cheaper, but they're going to really nail you on their service contract. Maybe their service stinks. So the thing is, just by being upfront with them, you might actually gain the long-term customer at a short-term loss, which is good business practice, because you want to stay in business today and stay in business tomorrow. So I like the idea. And also, you've been honest. You can't go wrong with being honest. They'll never come back and not do business with you because you were deceitful. Yes, ma'am.
We had 13. A fellow employee told me that he plans to put the company in 2 months and start a new job that he has been guaranteed to him. It has been guaranteed to him. Meanwhile, my boss told me that he wasn't going to give me the new opportunity in our company because he was going to be a employee there. What should I do?
What should you do?
Well, I would tell the friend because I'm like, so I would tell the friend that the boss is going to give him.
So we have this thing called low rollers. Alright, so you might hear, okay, our trainer, she might hear you say,
Did you agree with this?
Okay, so these low rollers we use, okay, are designed to kind of.
So we have disagreement at this table. One says tell, one says don't tell. Can anybody, let's say we go with the I'm telling my friend scenario. What might happen next year? Anybody?
They're gonna take the job.
Hold it up, alright.
Yeah, they might not. Then what would happen?
Thing in here, right?
Then you get
Muscles get off and everything else like that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't like give me detail. Like that person was already on that level, so they wouldn't give them that opportunity to be
Roll it out, right?
Like, you never know.
Same thing on the body. We're trying
That's right, and that's why we don't have the full amount of information
Roll it
on
out.
these dilemmas. So, and back to, I think it was your all's, maybe his. Again, this is confidential information. And, one of the realities of the workplace is this guy over here, this girl, this woman who the boss has picked for the promotion, they didn't pick you. And maybe they'll never pick you. company. This is a sad fact that, you know, this could be their golden boy. Oh man, this Robert rocks, and we're gonna make Robert whatever. And Robert leaves the company. It's kind of, well anyway, the thing is, this is confidential information, and you can't be known as a person who would let the company's confidential information slide away. So really, no matter how much you admire this other person, it's probably best to keep your lips closed. It could come back to haunt you, even though it's like the right thing would be to tell this person, because the kid's gonna buy braces, you know, or yeah, they're gonna have a brace on them back hard. And they're gonna be dead and not be able to pay.
That's my Cause I remember my friend stayed with me.
Your friend gonna pay your rent? You leave your job? Just a ethical question here. How about you all back in the corner here?
We had 12.
Well, tell us about 12, sir.
My computer operator told me he noticed several personal letters printed from the computer that I was responsible to manage, and while we had no specific policies then against personal use of the company facilities, I was concerned. I approached the letter writer to discuss the situation, and she told me she'd written the letters on her own time to practice using our word processor. So we kind of came to the conclusion that if there's still no policies, and as long as she's getting work done, no harm, no foul.
Anybody else have an opinion on this one? Is there, okay, I know y'all have Bernash, right? You know Bernash? Bernash, like, what's one of his favorite sayings, at least for the last 2 days? There's no such thing as a
Free lunch.
free lunch, exactly, Bernash or not. Okay, so this machine, you are managing this machine, I think the case says. And your coworker, she's printing things out, probably resumes or recipes from recipes.com or whatever it is. This machine's probably on some kind of a service contract with Xerox or anything. There's a cost of like maybe 12 cents a page every time a page comes out of that machine. So the thing is, she is using resources of your company. She might be saying that she's just using her own time, but she again is being paid by the company. And to come with kind of this company infrastructure point of view that I have, even though there aren't any rules, it's still wrong that she's taking resources from the company that could actually come down to benefit you. As far as what to say, it's kind of like one of those, you know, you're in jams, like you use it really your role, but if you are like say in an IT role, someone's going to have to account for that, and eventually it's going to come back to you, and they'll say, you know, how come our costs on that machine have gone up? And eventually the truth will hit a point to where you'll have to address it. And it's better just to say, hey, well, the truth of this is, it does cost us money. Try not to use our machine so much. Because eventually it'll come back to bite her. So if in a friendly way, you can say, you know, they're getting tougher on the policies around here. Maybe you should not do so much. That way you're a good guy, she's a good guy, everybody's a good guy, and the right answer still comes out. All right, how about y'all?
We had number 9.
Number 9.
Says our company prides itself on hiring minorities. One Asian candidate maybe fits the job requirements for our open position. However, we're concerned that our customers won't understand his limited command of the English language. What should I do?
So what should you do?
You could provide like English classes, like help the Asian.
Well, let's just back up. Should you hire the guy?
Yeah, it's like everything they need him to do.
Exactly. And then, point just brought up yesterday, again, my phrase, it depends, what is his job category? We don't know that, do we? Yeah. So, but apparently it must interface some with customers, since they're talking about the customers having a problem with the Chinese language, or his English language. And he's probably learned Mandarin a lot faster than anybody. I mean, he's probably learned English a lot faster than anybody else in the class. And his company's learned Mandarin English. And is there anything else that this guy my experience with the company.
A lot of times somebody gets one or the other. The shoulder touch, very simply,
Because you made a good point, we could probably help his English skills. Let's think about global markets or something. You know, this guy, if he's working for the company, if they're trying to expand into a Chinese footprint for their company, he might be the only guy in their company who really understands their business and can break into another market. So again, you know, you see the facts that are on a piece of paper, and there's a lot of things that aren't on that piece of paper. So just start asking yourself, well, it depends. It depends on what's our business. It depends on what are this guy's skill sets. It depends on where we want to take the business. So it depends, do I want to land in jail? Yes, sir. How about this table here? Number 4. What happens in number 4?
Alright, it's a 1 mile run, again,
Through the
9
interview
minutes,
process,
30
we discovered that you are
low
getting
end,
credit for
7
two
minutes,
sections
the
of the
high
project.
end,
The one
the
person.
high end, and then the low end. Okay,
Another member
takes
of
a
your
couple
senior
off,
team
9
to
minutes,
get
7
up
minutes.
and be with that credit. How do you see it?
We talk about body fat,
I would just keep on
the
going.
low end is 7, the high end is
The
45.
company, obviously,
Those are 40, 50 year olds, those are
chose me for a reason, so
Hey,
why not just keep on going along with it?
body
I
fat
see disagreement from your partner here.
Look at that.
What's your point of view here?
14 is low.
I was hired for
Alright,
5,
5,
they hired, or they hire you for that reason, why the,
hey,
they're gonna hire you,
make sure you guys know.
you have no idea what you're doing, they hire you for
The
this.
grow up test, again, it's the high end,
Nah,
low
they
end,
said,
okay, 14,
little input,
anywhere
so
from
you did
44
something.
to
Nah,
45.
Little input, it's pretty much just like, hey, you do this,
Yeah, you're into the copy machine over there at the state personal.
that's good.
Yeah, I think, so yeah, we have a really good disagreement here. Anybody else, what do you think? So you're on the interview, this will happen, you've been an engineering student, plausible. You were on a 5-person team, and you did thing B, you banged it out at thing B. Now, the interviewer says, man, thing D was awesome, and we really want you to intern with us this summer. So what do you, yes, sir.
I mean, I think it, like, depends on how well you can adapt to certain situations. So even if you didn't want to sure, if you can learn to adapt and learn the necessary skills needed to fit that role, I think it's very doable. Like, it's very good to take advantage of a situation that you're put into and make the best of it. Do your job.
So the interviewer says, what's your name? Yeah, so anyhow, tell us about your, thing D was great, man. Tell us about thing D, since you just now are rolling with this interview. How did you make D happen?
I guess in the sense that it said, I mean, if you have that offer, you would spend additional time preparing to do it.
But I'm just arguing for the point now. So let's say that it was like a 9-month project. There's no way in heck that you can show up 2 weeks from now with 9 months of experience packed under your belt and understanding. So let's go back to the interview. You say, actually, I did participate in that project, but Robert was the guy who led it on that piece of it. Although I did like these other 48 things, which were all fabulous and great reasons to hire me. I just want to be clear that I worked with Robert here or whatever. So again, I think that you're to the point in time where you have to make a decision. And yeah, maybe you can roll with it. Maybe you're analyzing all these things in the future, going, I can pull this off. But will it be worth it when you show up at the company and they say, man, he showed up, and you know what? We really needed him to bang it out on D, but he was a B kind of guy. So be careful. You're like, yeah, I can hit singles in the left field, but really a place kicker. It's kind of like, you gotta watch out. All right, who we missed so far? Anybody else? Got y'all? I think we skipped your table so far. Here's your opportunity. What number did you have? 7. Tell us about number 7. Oh, 10, I'm sorry. Tell us about number 10 instead.
My top software designer said we use your restaurant.
Why is your score gonna be
As a Christian, can I use our product goes back on the provider because it's like there's a social employees. Basically cut himself off with our team, creating a house for our product development.
Oh, that's from,
Mhm.
no, I was talking about number 10.
So what do you think? Yeah, so this guy works for you. He has an agreement with software development. Software development really has nothing to do with race or gender or political issues or anything like that. And he said, well, I don't want to work with this supplier because they work with homosexuals or Asians or Catholics or whatever. So now, what do you, so you said something like you want to try to get him to work for you again. Do you think he really has this opportunity, or do you think he has a place to refuse the work?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah, and a little thing in Virginia, by the way, Virginia is called a right to work state. And what it basically means, I think it's a phrase, but basically you work for a person, they can fire you for any reason they want to without any kind of justification. They can just say, you know, it's Friday, you're gone. You know, so you have every right. Now he might try to come back and say, oh, he tried to fire me on my religious convictions, and you can say, no, I fired you because you didn't fulfill the job. So I think in this kind of situation, you don't want to like pull that atomic answer right off the bat, but you might want to sit with them and say, you know, Phil, you're a software designer, not a civil libertarian or whatever. Let's get back to designing some software. Probably a communications issue, but that's kind of the type of issue that doesn't have anything to do with his job. And I think you're perfectly within your ethical boundaries to bring that up. You know, you have an agreement, yes, constitutionally, Supreme Court. You know, recently there was a deal where the guy didn't want to put 2 dudes on top of a wedding cake. And that went to the Supreme Court. You know, so, anyway, we catch everybody. Everybody? Any questions? Comments? You got when you have your job interview, your internship interview after college, be careful. Make sure you don't overpromise, because they will make sure that you deliver. Anyway, so the thing is, these are all very real types of situations. And you get older, you've been out there for a while, and you've been doing things, you'll find out that, yeah, this stuff does happen. But basically, you know, can you sleep at night? Do you feel good with who you are? And you basically just need to do good, avoid evil. Stick with that, and you're probably down on the right trail. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll turn it back now to Mrs. Charney for the rest of the class. Thank you.